All right, I'm live. So I decided to spontaneously get on here and see if anyone's online and just wants to chat for a little bit. I don't know. I don't know how long I'll be on here. But I just got back from lunch with family and it was amazing and it was energizing, even though I was tired because I worked this morning. And my cat Capo is here. But yeah, I've been gone from YouTube for a little bit, so I figured I'd come back. It's Saturday. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. Yeah, it's been a busy one for me. I didn't expect to be on YouTube, but here we are. I have somebody here. Welcome. Oh, it's Alexander. Hi. What time is it in Germany? And Riley. Riley's back. Oh my gosh. How are you doing post-surgery? I've been worried about you and thinking about you. And I miss you. Oh my gosh, it's not the same at school without you. So tell me how you're doing. Please fill us in. Alexander said in Germany, it is 11:15 p.m. Okay, so 11:15 p.m. It's late. Are you a night owl? I would be going to bed. I would be tired. But I'm a morning person, I'll admit it. So come on in, everybody. Welcome. Come on, fam. I love you guys so much. I feel like this is just a big family. Big internet family. I wish I had you all here in person, but this will do. And I tried moving my camera the other direction to see if it was less grainy, and it didn't matter. I don't know why I'm grainy. I Googled it, and I did not get a good answer, so it's going to be a little grainy. You are a night owl. Alexander said he's a night owl. I go to bed at 6 a.m. Whoa. You know, as far as personality types go, I'm willing to bet most INFPs are night owls. And the INFPs that are watching this and will watch the replay, please let me know if that's true, if that's an INFP thing, because I don't know. I think there's a correlation there for some reason between types and whether they're morning people or night people. Sometimes. I shouldn't generalize. I'm sure there are exceptions, right, to every rule. But yeah, please come on in if you'd like to join me. I'm just going to chat for a few minutes and then I'm probably going to go to the gym. I actually have a little bit of energy today because I did socializing. And, for extroverts, that gets us energized. I saw family today, which was nice. Had lunch with some aunts that I don't get to see very often. They were in town. So Alexander said, yes, I even saw a meme about INXPs. So INFPs are INTPs. Yeah, being night owls. There's Capo. She's coming to say hi. Yeah, I know. INTPs too, right? I don't know what it is. Just something about those types strike me as night owls. Oh, Riley, 100% correction. Prayers answered. Yay. Oh, amen. Hallelujah. Praise God. That's awesome. 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 I'm so happy that you're good, Riley. You look great in your pictures that were shared, that you're sitting up straight and you look happy. So that's awesome. But we miss you. We definitely miss you at school. So glad it's going well. So what's been on my heart today? I guess I could share that. And then if anyone has anything they want to say or any questions or comments, let me know. And I'll take those, of course, because I don't have anything super duper planned. Alexander said it went something like, your dad congratulating you for getting up early, but you got up early because you stayed up all night. Oh, yeah. So your dad thought you got up early, but you just had an all-nighter, basically. That's funny. I can't do those. I think I did one in college. Yes, Capo, I love you. Oh, she's rubbing my arm. And I did not like it. It did not go well. I do not function very well if I don't get a lot of sleep. I'm a hot mess. And then I rely too heavily on coffee and caffeine, which is not good to do that, I'm sure. So kudos to the night owls. Just that's not me. I kind of wish I was more of a night owl since I love theater and performing and all of that stuff happens at night, right? You don't never go to a concert in the middle of the day or see a play. Well, I guess a matinee. I take that back. You can see matinees, but usually it's at nighttime. So kind of unfortunate for me as a performer. Alexander said, you know what I did? I booked a flight to Japan. You did? Oh, that's amazing. That's so exciting. When are you going? Or maybe, I don't know. You don't have to share that if you don't want the whole internet to know when you're leaving for Japan. I keep thinking we're just like this little community, which we are, but June. Okay. Awesome. I've only heard amazing things about Japan. Everyone says, "Oh, I need to go," and stuff. So maybe one day, but I have other places a little bit higher up on the list for now that I need to cross off. But that's really cool, Alexander. I know you're going to enjoy that. So have fun. Any particular spots you're going to go to in Japan? Let me know. So yeah, something I wanted to talk about real quick. Which places are those? Okay. I'll get to it in a second. I think Capo, she's going to pop in and out. Tokyo and is it Kyoto? Oh, I haven't heard of that one. I've heard of Tokyo, of course, but Nara, very cool. Are you an anime guy? Because I'm guessing there's probably a lot of cool stuff if you're into anime and stuff like that. But Alexander, are you asking what places are on my top of my list as far as to go see? I can answer that for you. Zelda guy. Okay. Wait, Zelda, is that set in Japan? For some reason I thought it was something else, but I'm not a gamer, so I don't know. Yeah. Interesting. Oh, I got 4 people. You know what? I love all you that are here. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I love this. And love on each other, guys. I'm not saying just saying in general in life, I think we need more love and community. I'm realizing more and more people are discouraged, people are scared, people are in weird head spaces, right? And so I think if we just can come together and love each other, I think we can make the world a better place just little by little. I know we can only, work on our little corner of the world, as they say, our little piece, but that it can send a ripple effect, right? So something on my heart has been, and you guys can keep talking and I'll come back to the chat, but that our pain that we go through isn't just for us, right? It's for others. And I know sometimes you go, yeah, well, of course, Rebecca. And I thought I knew that until it's been happening lately where I really see it in action, and it's pretty cool. And this could be physical pain, this could be emotional pain, spiritual pain, just pain in general. Being alive, there's good and bad, right? So there's healing and then there's pain. But just having these experiences in life and realizing that you're able to help people heal and connect with them on a deeper, more authentic level if you have been through a similar experience. So, for example, there was a student who was really distraught the other day, and I took her to a pod and we sat one-on-one, and she was just crying and she was sad, and she said she missed her dad because he passed away. And she's like, I just want to talk to him. And I said, you can talk to him. I said, I talked to my mom. And she's like, she was just shocked. She said, your mom passed away? I said, yeah, my mom passed away in 2020. And you could just tell from that point something shifted, because she knew I wasn't just sympathizing with her. I was actually empathizing with her. I could feel I've been through that pain. And even though our pain, your individual pain is not identical to someone else's individual pain, it's still, if you've been through a similar experience, so ours was losing a parent, you can really be there and hold space for that person in that moment in a very unique way. So this has been happening where the things I've gone through, some really heavy things, have been, other people have been going through them recently and been coming to me, and I've been able to be there in a way that I thought, my goodness, I used to hate having to carry this pain, but now I see it's not for me, it's for other people. So they know they're not alone, and they know that you can come through it on the other side, and everything will be okay. And oh, I love this light. This is really pretty. So I don't know if you guys have an experience like that, because all of our life paths are different, right? Let me know that you've experienced where you were able to connect with somebody and meet them in their pain because you've had a similar experience as them. So I don't know. That's just something that's been on my heart lately, that if you're going through something now, or you've been through something and you just think, gosh, why did I have to go through this? I hate this. It's awful. Remember, there's probably someone you will meet in the future that will be going through what you went through, and you will be able to help them. And such a beautiful gift to give somebody. You know, it's a little piece of the healing puzzle for them. So just my 2 cents. The light. Why do I love the light. Let's be the light, right? Okay. Where was I on the chat? Let me get caught up. Oh, okay. Alexander said, yes, I help people who have had narcissistic family like I did. I know what you mean. Yes. So that's a whole unique experience, right? Dealing with, and I know a lot of people say, oh, narcissism is thrown around a lot, but it's a thing. And a lot of us have experienced it, maybe narcissistic abuse. And that's a very unique situation where, because sometimes people say, oh, why would you keep those people in your life, or why wouldn't you get out of an abusive relationship? But until you've been in it and you realize how hard it is and how toxic and how deep it runs, it's hard to understand that. So yeah, Alexander, I'm glad you were able to be there for somebody. I'm sure they appreciated that, right? And they needed your wisdom too, because I think that's a lot of it is we have these experiences. And it's almost like you get these, and I think I've said this in other YouTube videos, you get little gems, right? That's a beautiful way of putting it, I guess. You get gems of wisdom through your experiences, and then you're able to sort of show that gem to somebody when they're in a maybe a dark space, and that glowing gem is sort of the light for them to see beyond maybe the moment they're in. So it's share your gems, share your wisdom. I think as humans, the more we can connect and realize we are in this collective experience together, I think the more healing will happen. The more healing happens, the more humanity thrives, and we're happy and healthy, and it's just a beautiful thing. I'm just like, I'm team humanity. We can do this. We just got to be there for each other and take care of ourselves too. That's important. Weston, hi, Weston. This is a new name. I don't recognize you. How am I doing? Tell me, Weston, have you been here before? Are you new? Did I just pop up on your feed? I'm interested to know because I don't recognize your name, or maybe you changed it. Maybe you have a different name that you use when you comment on my channel. But I am awesome. I went to work this morning, which is crazy. It's Saturday here in Florida, which people go, you're a teacher. Why are you working on Saturday? So we have something at my school. It's called writing teams. And basically we have enough extra, I think it's Title I funds, which is money we get from the government because we have a certain percentage of students that are on poverty level. And so that's allocated different ways. And so one way is we just get certain Saturdays, not too many, like 3 or 4 throughout the year, where we're able to work half a day, work on lesson plans, anything, supplements, something that would benefit our students and our instructional time. I'm trying to, this professional jargon, there's so much in education, professional jargon. Things that, yeah, would benefit our students and ourselves, basically. So we work on those and get paid. So I did that. It's voluntary. They don't make us come in on Saturday, thankfully. But I was like, I could use the extra money. And I did. And then after that, I went to Outback Steakhouse, if anyone's been there. With family. I have an aunt who is in town from Connecticut, and she is staying with another aunt of mine who's in North Florida, but they are going on a cruise. And so they were driving kind of in the area and this was like on their way. And so we had a nice late lunch, and my brother was there and my sister-in-law was there. And I met a second cousin of mine who I hadn't met before. So it was really nice. And another one of my aunts was there. She's funny. She just jokes the whole time. But she's like 80. How old did she say? 80 something. Old, getting old. And I say that with all respect. I love elderly people, but it's crazy to think I have aunts that are that old, right? I have a lot of aunts. So I'm well. Thank you for asking, Weston. How are you doing? How is everyone doing? I got 9 people on the live. Whoop, whoop. I love this. Thank you, guys. Thanks for hanging in there with me for my channel, because I know I'm not consistent. I don't post the same time every day. I don't post the same content. So the fact that you stuck with me, I really appreciate it, because I don't know what this channel is or going to become. I've decided this is going to be a very intuitive thing where whatever I feel like today, I was like, I want to go live. I'm going to go live. I'm just going to follow my gut and see what that does. We'll see. That's how I'm going to run this thing. Alexander said, narcissistic family is hell on earth. Ugh. I feel like you can't be serious. It's absolute hell. Yeah, that's terrible. I'm so sorry, Alexander. I really hope that you aren't. I hope you've able to get space from them and find healing, because yeah, you deserve so much love. And unfortunately, it feels like a spiritual warfare is how I look at it. It's like it wants the narcissism wants to suck out the light and the energy from somebody that has that to give, right? Which is really unfortunate. Weston said, can you see me in the comments? I really like your fit. What's my fit? I don't know what that means. I see, Weston, I see you here in the comments. I don't ever see your comments on my channel that I can remember. But let me know if I missed it somehow. Sometimes YouTube, it's crazy. I'll get comments, but I won't get notified I have comments, and I'll either see them days, weeks later, or I won't see them at all. And someone's like, oh, I said something, and I'm thinking, I never saw that. So I don't know. Unfortunately, technology, it's kind of like texting. Have you ever had a text that you sent it, but the person didn't get it, and you're like, where did it go? Maxo, I remember loving your icon last time. Hi, Pebs. Another live. Woohoo. How have you been? Oh, yeah. I know I love the lives. I need to do more lives, but I have to have energy for them. And I guess in my job, usually I have no energy at the end of the day. So I had energy today. Yeah. And I was answering the question of how I've been. Hopefully you heard that with Weston. I said, I'm doing great. I worked this morning, saw family this afternoon, hanging with my YouTube peeps now. So I'm feeling groovy. Love that word. Thank you. How are you, Maxo? Weston said, no, I have not, and I am new. Yay! Welcome aboard. Okay, come over, subscribe, join us. We have a great little community. I'm trying to build a little community here on YouTube. Kind of like that it's small, right? Because it actually feels like a real community. Some of you'll talk to each other, and you kind of know each other in a way, so it's really nice. Oh, Brad! Hi, Rebecca. What a nice surprise. Yay! I hope you're enjoying your Saturday. I know you're 3 hours behind, so it's 2:32 for you there. Yeah, it's 5:32 here on the East Coast. Yeah, this was totally unplanned. I pulled in my driveway, and I was thinking, I should go live, and I did. So here we are. And Brad, I was saying earlier, I tried to turn this my laptop around, so I'm facing the other way, thinking it would help with the graininess, and it doesn't. I don't know if I need to get a ring light. I probably should get a ring light. Maybe that's the issue. I don't have enough light, or I could turn the light on above me, but I think that's going to be too bright. I think I may have a lighting issue, and that's just not my forte. I just want to talk to you guys and build community, says the ENFJ. Weston is good. Awesome. Good to hear. Brad, doing well in general. Good. But have a sinus thing I'm trying to shake. Oh no. That's not fun. Is it allergies, or do you think you're coming down with something or have something? That's either way, it's not fun. So sending you healing energy. And prayers for healing. Alexander said, yes, boundaries is a huge wound at the moment because I never had boundaries and I don't like being touched. Okay. Didn't have sexual abuse. Good. Okay. Yeah. Boundaries. Okay. I think a lot of my audience probably struggles with boundaries. At least if you're here, I'm mirroring you in some way, right? Or you're mirroring me. I feel like you attract what you are in a lot of ways, and things mirror you, right? So I feel like my audience is probably highly sensitive, highly empathic, and if you are those things, then yeah, boundaries are so hard. So I always recommend, there's a book, Alexander, and for anyone listening, if you haven't read it, it's actually just called Boundaries. I don't know who wrote it, but you can actually go on YouTube, and if you type it in, the full book is on here, the audio book, and you can listen to it. You can even speed it up, because I love speeding up stuff because it saves you time, but you still get the knowledge, right? You can take notes. But oh my goodness, you will be amazed. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like someone was following me around. How did they know that this is the struggle, right? Um, but I think some of us, that's our main life lesson, or one of, I think almost like our lives have these themes that keep coming up, and you have to overcome, right? The boss that you have to defeat and then to go to the next level. And for a lot of us, that's boundaries, which is hard if you're a people pleaser, right? You don't want to let anyone down. You don't want to seem like the bad guy, but you're not. And at the end of the day, you'll feel better. And I noticed too, the more I assert my boundaries, the more I trust myself and the more I'm building confidence in myself. And it's a really beautiful thing. It's almost like our brains as empaths, it's like backwards as far as we think if we say yes to everybody and we please everybody, people are going to like us, but it's actually the opposite. It's like if people respect you more if they see, oh, she's standing in her power, or he or she, right? And being authentic and true to themselves. They don't want to do this. They said no. Okay, I respect that. So it's just sort of this funky rewiring we have to do. But it means you have a big heart. It means you care. So the fact that you struggle with that, I think it says a lot. The people that do, usually good-hearted people that just, want to love everyone and everything. But we have to, learn, what it's for us, what's not for us, what's good for us, and to shut out the rest. And that's all just good old life experience where you learn all this stuff. Yay. The School of Hard Knocks. Thank you, Brad, for saying you're glad I'm well. I appreciate that. Yeah, doing good. MD, hello, welcome. Another new name. I don't know if I recognize this one. Hello, beautiful weather today. Great day for family and going live again spontaneously. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is gorgeous here in Central Florida. I don't know how it is across the country. You guys should let me know if you want to, where you're from and how the weather is, because it's probably in the low 70s, high 60s here, sunny. I mean, I can't complain. Can't get better than that. Alexander, are you a millennial or a Gen X? I am an elder millennial. I love saying that. So so millennials, I want to say, are 1980 through, I don't know where it ends. But anyway, I'm 1984. So I am right. I'm definitely not Gen X. I wish I was. I call myself an honorary Gen Xer because I'm obsessed with the 80s. I love the music. I love the movies and the fashion. But no, I didn't get to experience that as a teen like I would have loved to, or 20-something. But I was an older millennial, which is different from a younger millennial because we're the ones that we played outside all the time. We didn't have technology until, gosh, I remember getting a PC when I was probably 12, 13, and it was AOL dial-up. I sound so old now. Where it's like, that's my first experience with the computers. Aside from Oregon Trail, if anyone remembers Oregon Trail, in the schools, we used to have these huge, I think they were Macs or something, and we'd play Oregon Trail. We died of dysteria or whatever. I was not good at it, but that's what I grew up with. I was 80s baby, 90s kid, elder millennial, and grateful for that. I think I had a really cool childhood as far as the zeitgeist of the time. I will say, I think there was some cool stuff happening then, and everybody seemed overall, I don't know, they seemed happier than they are now. Brad said, probably not allergies, as nothing is in bloom here. Okay, so you're just sick. Oh no, we'll feel better, friend. I hate that you're not feeling good. That's a bummer. But this too shall pass. Thankfully, nothing is forever. Alexander said, you are the complete antithesis to narc parents. Me? Oh, well, thank you. I think that's what you mean. Yeah, okay. I'll be your honorary mom. Actually, a lot of my students always say I'm their mom and they want me to adopt them. I'm like, gosh, I wish I would adopt all my students and just have them like the lady in the shoe, that story or whatever, just all of us live in a big shoe. Because I just want to love on them. They don't get enough love or attention. It's sad. Brad, I think the light issue is that there's a lot of light from the window behind you, but you look fine. I thought so too, but if I turn my laptop around, oh, well, yeah, I don't know. Then it's in front of me, but it's still blurry. And this is the best place for me to sit. So I think it's you know what? Actually, it's part of the charm of my channel. Part of the charm, because I call myself an old soul. This is kind of like old soul-y. This is very much like a home video from the 90s or something. It's grainy, which is perfect. I don't want it to be polished. I don't know. There's something about that, like all the edits, all the cuts, all the polished stuff that I just doesn't appeal to me. So I try to keep things simple. Just my vibe, as it were. But thank you, Brad, saying I look fine. You look fine. Alexander said, Rebecca, you are way too good for this world. Stop. No, not true. Thank you. But there, I have a lot of darkness. I have a lot of shadow. I've done things I am not proud of. I am not perfect. I get angry. I get really sad. I know what you're saying, though, as far as just trying to be a good person. I do try to do that and love people. I do try to do that. But it's almost like it feels like a mission and a purpose, and I'm on fire for it now. So it's just kind of my MO, right? It's just because I've seen what evil can do, what darkness can do. So now it's like, okay, now I'm on a mission. On a mission to spread love as much as I can. So thank you, Alexander. That's very, very sweet. Sonic Profile Guy. Yes, I work in IT. You come to fix an issue. They tell you about another one. Since you're already there, you get taken advantage of. Oh, no. IT teaches you to set up boundaries. Yeah. You know, I didn't think about that with IT. You guys almost being like therapists, kind of like hairstylists are for some people, barbers, where people just sit and they sort of trauma dump on you. But I would imagine, yeah, people just need someone to talk to, right? But then you have to set up your boundary because you might not have the emotional bandwidth to deal with that or want to deal with that. And that's okay. That's your prerogative. So human relationships, there's really an interesting dance and interplay that's always happening at all times, right? Balance between their needs and your needs. But good for you for learning how to set up your boundaries. That is so important. Otherwise, yes, you will get drained and it will just not be good for anybody, right? So good. Alexander said there actually is a way to determine if you're a Gen X or millennial. It depends on your Pluto sign. Wait, your sign and not your birth year? Are you sure? I thought it goes by birth year. I thought the generations go by like decades almost. But you can correct me if I'm wrong. Brad said, just had a snow flurry here in Seattle a couple hours ago, but it already melted. Oh, okay. So not cold enough for it to stick. But yeah, wow. So it's kind of chilly there, Seattle. Okay. Gotcha. So you're not having the sunny, warm weather. But it's coming. I mean, gosh, we're already in February. Can you guys believe it? Happy February 1st. Can't believe this year's already, we're a month in. Alexander said, millennials have Pluto in Scorpio and Gen X have Pluto in Libra. Really? I didn't know that the planets, but I guess maybe that would make sense if it's based on years and stuff, that it would align that way. And according to the Chinese horoscope, by the way, is this year of the snake. So that's interesting if anyone's into that stuff, because I'm a rat. So I was looking to see what it said about what our year would be like as a rat. Maxo, how has your faith walk been lately in the light of job dissatisfaction, career anxiety, and personal issues? The struggle is real, and I sympathize with and love your rants. Oh, thank you. Faith has been really good, and it's funny because I'm very honest about it. I think on my channel, I'm pretty transparent that I go through these sort of ebbs and flows of I get angry at God, I distance myself from God, I get close to God. I want to be a mouthpiece for God, but it's sort of like a lot of people in the Bible, honestly. If you read it, they go through these sort of shifts of like, I'm angry at you, but yet I'm close to you. And but I'm in a good place now. I'm in a very peaceful place. And I think that's a lot of choices I've been making to make healthier choices. And so I don't know how much detail I go to as I'm a teacher, so I try once I quit my job in education, I could just do a tell all. um, but yeah, I think making healthier choices, cutting out a lot of some vices that were really, I think, holding me back. Because I have an addictive, I think I don't want to use that as an excuse, addictive personality, but I have a tendency if I'm passionate about something or I like something, I kind of like, whoa, all in. And that's good when it's good, but it's not good when it's something that's bad for you. So I've noticed that helps me to focus on God, lean on God, and not lean on substances or things that aren't beneficial, even though they might temporarily seem like it. They're really not. And yeah, and I haven't been going to my church that I used to go to, which is interesting because you would think, oh, I haven't been to church, my faith is dwindling, but actually it's really strong. And I think because it's forcing me to seek God in a very individual way. I know fellowship is important, so I'm not discounting that. I wouldn't say, no, don't go to church, because I think that's important. But for me personally, my personal journey at the moment, I think I needed to sort of have sort of this separation to seek God individually, if that makes sense. But everyone's journey is so different. So sometimes I don't want to say hate, sometimes I don't like dispensing advice that I don't want people to think that's it, I'm going to hold on to it and take it, because gosh, people are so complex. Everyone's journey is so different. So it's one of those things you kind of have to find what works for you. But and my job has gotten better. And I think because I've decided to do radical acceptance in every area of my life, which is not easy. And my job was part of it. And Brad and I were talking about this actually, because he sent me a really sweet Facebook message and said, because he gave me the job recommendation to where I was able to get the job I have now, teaching special education in a middle school. And I've fought so hard not to be a teacher again, because I used to be a teacher, and the education system is just a mess. I've done a video about that. I kind of touch on it in my video about 9 to 5 jobs. And so I thought, I don't want to be part of this broken system. But I've realized how much those kids, and this isn't to say, I'm such a great person or whatever, but I realize how much they need me. Well, really, they need love. And I bring love. I don't have an agenda. I'm like, they're humans. Humans need love. They need connection. They need to feel seen. They need to feel heard. And that's what I bring when I go there. And so I almost had to put my ego aside and go, okay, I thought I had these aspirations, and maybe a part of me still does, to be something in a worldly sense, right? To be this name that everyone is like, that recognizes, because our society loves like celebrity, for example, right? It's like, who are you unless people know who you are, which is silly. It's so silly. But I radically accepted, like, this is where God has me, and these kids need what I can bring. And so I think I'm just going to let go of needing to be someone, because I am someone to these kids. And so that has brought a lot of satisfaction to the job that I didn't have before, just letting go, which is, I know everyone always says, let go. It's so annoying sometimes. You're like, I don't want to let go. But it's so true. If you just accept and say, this is where I am. And it's not a complacency thing. It's not saying you don't have other goals and ambitions and dreams and you're just going to settle and stay somewhere or at something or whatever. But it's just to say, I'm not going to be so restless that I'm going to make myself and other people miserable because I can't just sit in this and be at peace with it. So that's been helpful. Yeah, Fonzie, you may hear him. He's crying. Gosh, that just went off on a train track. I hope I answered your question. So yeah, my job now, it's really interesting. I'm really enjoying the kids. But as far as education goes, I don't know. I feel like there's something that needs to be done with the education system, and I can't figure out what I need to do, what my role is in it to be the change and to really champion a major change for the system, for the kids, for the teachers. But something needs to change for sure. And maybe I'll make more videos about that and go more in depth at some point. But we're doing a disservice to the kids in a lot of ways and the teachers. So, and that is that rant. Glad you enjoyed my rants because that was one I just went on. MD said, I'm not new. It's my second time live with you. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, welcome back. I apologize for that. I'm local. Great facts. Noise. Great facts. You're going to have to clarify that for me. I don't know if you like facts, like a fax machine. Remember those guys? If you're old enough to, I don't know if they do faxes anymore. Natalie G. Winters. Oh, I love your animal icon. That's so cute. Oh, hey, it's the loveliest lady ever on the internet. Oh, Natalie, geez, thanks. Wow, gosh, all this love. You guys are amazing. Thank you. I appreciate that, and I give it right back to you because I think I have the loveliest audience on the internet, Just saying. Brad, thanks, Rebecca. You're welcome. Thank you for the job recommendation. Alexander, just looked it up. You are indeed a millennial, an early. Okay, they call it early millennial. Older, early. There's another term someone was using. I thought it was funny. Oh, geriatric millennial. Either way, I love it. I think I'm right where I need to be. Alexander said you have Pluto and Scorpio. What does that mean, Alexander? Tell me. I don't know what that means if I have Pluto and Scorpio. It shifted mid-1984. Okay. Yeah, I'm late 1984 birth. Scorpio is slow-moving generational planet. Okay. A little rat. Wait. I don't know what that means, Natalie. A little rat. Natalie, if you submit to God, he will probably make you a sandwich. Really? That sounds delicious. Brad, are Fonzie and Capo okay with you being a rat? Oh, yeah. Oh, right. Thank you. I forgot I was talking about the Chinese horoscope. That we're in the year of the snake. I'm a rat. I'm a wood rat. That's funny. Yeah, right. They should be chasing me around the house. I at first was not pleased with being a rat because I thought, oh, okay, rats are sort of the connotation is they're sneaky, they're dirty. Although I think they're cute. I'm one of those weird people that think mice and rats are really cute. But apparently it's not a bad thing. It's just what I happen to be in the Chinese zodiac or whatever they call it, horoscope. I don't know, Chinese signs that they put on the menu thing when you eat at the Chinese restaurant. I sound not so cultured. Nikki, hey, Nick, I hope you're doing well. Hey, Rebecca, I have a dear friend be horribly judgmental and push me away from the church recently, also on the individual plan at the moment. Push you away from the church. Oh no. So were you going back and then they just were not very nice to you? I don't know what happened, but I'm sorry. Individual plan at the moment. Oh yeah, the church thing. Yeah, I was just talking about that. That's funny. You guys referenced stuff that I talked about, and then my SE brain that's very present forgets what I just talked about a few minutes ago. Wow. So I need someone sitting next to me that has a strong SI, I think, because they can go, remember, Rebecca, you just talked about this. I go, oh, yes. Thank you. My sister-in-law is great about this. Like today at lunch, I couldn't remember. Actually, we were trying to all remember the day my mom died, which I've just blocked out of my memory because I'm like, I don't want to know this. And she knew the exact date because she has high SI. I was like, wow. And she always does that. I'm like, this is amazing. I don't know how you do it, but people with introverted sensing who can remember facts and like details and things from the past really well, it's impressive. But yeah, I think sometimes, Nick, I think it's okay to step away. It's like Jesus in the wilderness, right? I think it's good to, not that you want to be alone forever, right? But I think it's good to, gives you a different perspective. And if you're somebody that doesn't, like me, I had trouble for the longest time trusting myself and knowing kind of what I think and feel. Sometimes it's good to step away because then you can get clarity on those things. Journaling is amazing. If you don't journal, I love journaling. I was going to say highly recommend. I feel like, but I just said earlier I don't want to give advice, but journaling, I'm giving advice. Brad, if you're looking for the next accomplishment to achieve satisfaction with yourself, it will never be enough. Good insight there, Rebecca. Thank you. Yeah, that's interesting you mentioned that. I don't remember if I was reading something the other day or watching something. I think I was watching a YouTube video, and that's right. And there was a lady saying, it's like the goalpost always moves, right? You think, I'll be happy when, right? I'll be happy when I'm in a relationship. I'll be happy when I get my dream job. I'll be happy when I, whatever it is, move out of my parents' house or move to a different city or get a new car or get a whatever, get married, have kids. But then that thing happens, because I'm sure all of you have experienced this, where you got something you wanted, and it's a fun thing for a time and you feel good for a time, but then of course it's like you're already on to the next. So it's finding, that peace with where you are. That's a big challenge, I think, of being human, finding that peace. Alexander said the system is messed up. Problem is you're forced to go to school. It's not voluntary. Yeah, the kids are really bucking it big time, especially this generation that has cell phones and technology. They're very aware of so many things. You learn to function like a robot and do as teacher tells you. Yeah, that's what bothers me too. It's like, sit down, be quiet. Let me just impart you with this knowledge. There's not a lot of critical thinking. There's not a lot of discussions, and so it just breaks my heart. The kids don't get to be as creative as I think they could be or would like to be. It's like we're trying to teach them the same way that maybe they would have learned in the 1950s, which worked then, right, in a way, because it's just where we were in human consciousness. But everyone's so evolved now and knows too much that to have them just sitting at the desk not socializing like they really want to. They're humans, they're social creatures. It's really a big disservice, but that's just the tip of the iceberg of why the system is broken, but a big part of it. I'm going to take a sip of my orange flavored water because my throat's getting dry. Oh, this stuff's so good. Alexander said it's hard to explain briefly, about Pluto being in Scorpio. Has to do with darkest depths of humanity transforming it into light. Ooh, I could see that. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Folding in the shadow, transmuting it into light. I love that. It's a big theme for me, at least I've noticed. Pluto and Scorpio generation brought awareness about narcissistic abuse and normalized going to therapy. Yeah, that's true. This generation, we're more aware about those things, and mental health is sort of more at the forefront than it ever has been before, which is a beautiful thing. It's not weird if you admit, hey, we all need help. We're all human and we're all struggling in some way. It's so beautiful. I'm glad as humans we're realizing we need that. And that's important. Healing, love, connection, warmth, humanity, just being together, loving each other, healing. Alexander said, you can see how you can look up narcissistic abuse on the internet now. Wasn't like that in the past. Yeah, isn't it interesting? It felt like it kind of exploded at one point. It's like the collective awareness, like we all became like the wool was ripped off our eyes, and we're all going, oh, wow. I think most of us have experienced this in some form or fashion, and we need to heal from this. Because it's not okay. It's draining our life force, it's draining our light. And so I think a lot of us have healed from that. And I think a lot of us are a lot more powerful for it. Honestly, it's like, thank you, narcissists, for helping us all to up level. As weird as that sounds, it's like we got to shift the narrative. They made us feel like maybe we were worthless and not worth loving and all the stuff that they make you feel. And turns out we are very, very, very lovable. MD, when you made a fax noise earlier, with AOL dial-up, funny, yes, IT. Okay, yep. Yeah, the AOL noise, that was obnoxious, right? If you guys grew up with that, remember that sound. And if you didn't, you could probably YouTube it, AOL dial-up sound. It was, every time we got on the internet, that's what we had to hear, that beautiful sound. John Mosby, hey, John. Wanted to say hi. I'm gaming with my daughter. Aw, enjoy time with your daughter. Yeah, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate that. And for those of you, if you you can't stay on here long, or you just popped in, you can always watch this again later. No worries, no pressure. This was very spontaneous. An intuitive hit. I got an intuitive hit. I needed to get on here, so I listened to my gut. Nick said, stepping away and studying on my own has brought a good perspective. Yes, I second the journaling. I've been doing it for 6 months. It's great to learn yourself. Good, good. I'm glad you're finding things that are helping you. I think a lot of us, at least on my channel, I'm finding we're on healing journeys, and it's so beautiful. Thank you guys for sharing what works for you, what you're doing, how you're doing. I think that's important. I think it's important for us to build communities. I know I'm just online. It's like but maybe eventually with time, I don't know, it'd be cool to create things where we could meet up in person. But for now, this shall suffice. Ooh, talking so much. And if you guys have specific videos you'd like to see from me, or topics, if you want more personality typology stuff, if you want more healing stuff, if you want more funny characters, if you want more music, if you don't care, let me know. I was going to put a poll up just to see kind of where my audience is at, what you guys really enjoy watching, or if you just want me to do what strikes my fancy, which is probably what I'm going to do anyway. I think that I'm just going to start my life. It's going to be very intuitive. I think that's how I'm going to start navigating things. Is just not really, it sounds terrible to say, but not really planning ahead too much, but just sort of going, okay, where do I feel like God is leading me, and following that. Okay, Alexander said, Pluto and Scorpio generation, we're aware of darkness in humanity. Ideally, we heal the darkness within us and arise like a phoenix from the ashes, but it's easy to get stuck in trauma. Yeah, it's kind of like a mud pit, right? Getting stuck in that, but you can get through. And it's so important to heal, because we all have shadows, right? We all have darkness, humanity, collective darkness. But I think being aware of it and healing it, yeah, that's important. Alexander said, basically, school wants you to function the way society demands of you. So currently, you're supposed to be a working robot for capitalism. Yeah, I know. It just breaks my heart. It's so sad how it feels like schools are so uninspiring for kids. I guess unless you're in some kind of art school, creative STEM school, charter school, where they focus on outside of the box, collaborative. Maybe that's where I'll find myself eventually, is having to move, a pivot in a different direction within education. But ideally, I don't know. I feel like a lot of reform needs to happen. And since I'm seeing it, maybe I need to be somebody that does something about it. I don't know. I'm not somebody that likes to get in there and stir up things, but goodness, I just don't think future generations, this generation, needs to keep going this path. And teachers are just so burnt out too, and they're treated horribly. So it's just not good all the way around. Hydrate. Thank you, Brad. I'm going to do it again. I probably should get some more water. Alexander, school was never about unfolding your potential, always about function in a way the current society demands. Yeah, isn't that sad? Because if you think about it, school could be such a beautiful thing where we could take the little seeds of potential and cultivate them into what they need, sort of water them in a specific, each kid tailor it to them, of what do you need? What do you want to be? Let's help tailor your education to that, right? But instead it's sort of this factory, and just keep it moving, grade to grade to grade to grade. Yeah, so I may need to do more videos about this. Maybe that's why God has me in education, is because I have a platform. I can talk about it. I don't know how much I can talk about it and keep my job. But I mean, something's got to give. That's what's messed up. Yeah. Brad said, I feel bad for kids going through their formative years during COVID and other disruptions. Absolutely. Terrible. So sad. They're missing really important events. So I see a lot of them just seem cynical, discouraged already beyond their years. And it's just so disheartening because it's like they're missing a lot of the joys that childhood should bring, that innocence and playfulness. We need to bring playfulness back. I think that's going to be part of my mission too. Let's play more. I think people need to play more. I think we're too rigid and serious. But yeah, those kids. Whew. All right, Alexander said, Sagittarius about travel, religion, philosophy. Yes, it is. That is my sign. Alexander also said the shadow can also be, I think you said religious fanaticism. I think that might be a typo. Like Islamists in 9/11. Yeah, that's not good. Extremes are never good, right? I don't think. It's kind of got to find balance. And Alexander also said, which happened during Pluto and Sagittarius. Oh, interesting. All right, I might wrap this up here because we're getting close to an hour. But I appreciate all the likes and my 8 people that have hung on there with me. Maxo said, I would love to see clips of you singing in your band. Aw, bring us with you next time. You know, Maxo, I actually stepped away from my metal band, which sometimes I wonder if I should go back. But I had a few reasons for it. I think I mentioned it in one of my videos, but the guys are sweet, talented musicians, and I appreciated that. But we were doing covers, and I wanted to do originals, and the covers were the themes are dark, metal music. It's not usually very cheerful, happy stuff, which is fine. I don't mind. Sometimes I listen to darker music and darker themes and stuff, especially if I'm in that headspace, right? But to be singing it over and over and over and over again, that started, I don't know, something really convicted my spirit about that. I thought, I don't know that I should be doing this. And so I wanted to do originals, but there just was never, I don't know, unfortunately, it didn't feel like they were wanting to work on my originals that I have, because honestly, I don't blame them. When I create music, I don't know what it is. I guess it's because I use the acoustic guitar to make my music, or I have a melody in my head and I kind of drum on my legs, and I come up with hooks. A lot of times I can't even come up with a full song. I just have hooks. And it's very like indie pop, almost borderline country, which is weird for me to say because I don't listen to too much country. But my voice lends itself to sort of that style, and so it was kind of hard. It couldn't really translate very well to the genre we were in, and so I felt like maybe it would be best if because I do want to keep doing music. I love music. I miss singing so much. I was thinking maybe I need to find a genre that really my heart is really, really in, right? And that fits me. But I mean, who knows what the future holds? Who knows? Maybe I'll get back with band. Maybe we'll start doing originals. But for now, it's no longer in the band. It's a bummer because it was cool. It was fun I love performing. I love the energy, being on stage and having a crowd. And I love music, so I was watching actually the Live Aid that they did for LA, and I just started getting that feeling. I get a feeling when I watch performers where I'm just like, I want to be up there too. So I got that feeling again. I was like, oh no, what do I do with this feeling? I got to figure that out. But yeah. Well, Capo's back. Alexander said, but our generation, I don't know if you meant to say when transform society in Scorpio, way meaning bringing awareness in regards to abuse and trauma, normalize therapy. Okay, I think you're saying that we were the ones to kind of help bring awareness to abuse and normalize therapy. Yes, it's true. I think that's one thing I think our generation or these newer generations they're doing right is putting mental health at the forefront for humanity and not be ashamed of those things. I think, oh, she's so sweet. Because I think there was a stigma before that thankfully is going away. It doesn't make you any less of a man to go to therapy. It doesn't make you, it doesn't make you some crazy person to get help. It's actually really good for yourself and for the people you will interact with. Brad said, school became much more enjoyable for me in grad school when I was working on my research project and had the opportunity to think independently. Yeah, I bet especially as an introvert, an INTP, with introverted thinking, maybe that's because I have introverted thinking too. Something about being alone with your thoughts is so nice, where you don't have the pressure to have to consider consider other thoughts. Because sometimes it's just like, I just want to do it my way. I think Frank Sinatra is probably an ISTP or something. It's his song My Way. Sounds very much TI to me. But yeah, it's not nice. Because it's like God has made us all differently. So why can't we trust ourselves and have our independent thoughts? Maxo, might be time for a new band. Pebble and the Percussions, the Rolling Pebbles, Pebble Jam. Yeah, thank you. I know. I thought about that. Maybe I just need a new band, but I don't know anybody. I'd have to find my musicians, my tribe. So if anyone's out there in the world and wants to be my guitarist, bassist, drummer, keyboardist, email me, RebeccaPebble@yahoo.com. I will be your singer because I would love to be in a band. Just gotta find my my band of old souls, people that like that older music and maybe would want to do that style, I think is what would be really nice. Nick said, can you sing and play guitar? I just started adding singing and it's a challenge. Yeah, I have a bunch of videos on here. You're gonna have to scroll way back, but or click on the My Songs playlist and I'll be strumming and singing at the same time. Took me a while, like you said, to be able to do that because it is challenging. I didn't realize until I started doing it. It's like, oh gosh, because you got to do both at the same time. What? But once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad. But I'm somebody that's not. I don't know. I don't like my guitar playing skills. I don't think I'm very good. So I would like to have somebody play while I sing because I just want to sing. I just want to perform. And the guitar for me, it encumbers my performance. It can't really move like I want to move and do what I want to do. So, yeah. Alexander, sorry for posting so much. It's hard to explain Pluto in just a few sentences. No, don't apologize. You're good. I appreciate you're going in depth about that. You are all good. Brad, have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you, Brad. And Kate, I know. Look at her face. She makes the funniest faces. Yeah, I think I'm going to head off, guys, because this is about to hit the hour mark and it's getting dark. And I'm actually going to head to the gym. I'm going to be good and I'm going to actually keep my fitness. I don't want to say promises to myself because I don't have any promises, but what do I want to say? You feel better when you are, active and healthy and take care of yourself. So I'm going to try to keep that up. The ham Capo is back. Yeah. She loves the camera. I love that about her. Here, I'm going to put her a little more in the frame. Deep Pebble, Alexander said. Oh, the thoughts or that the name of my new band? Nick, no one will want to hear me sing anyway. Oh, you never know. You might have a good voice, Nick. You never know. Alexander said, sun is traveling from Florida to Germany now. Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, it's getting dark here, so getting light there. Well, thank you all so much for joining Capo and myself. We appreciate it. This was spontaneous. And if you're watching it later, please still feel free to comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff if you would like. These are fun. I hope you guys had a good time. And trying to think if there's anything else before I sign off. Take care of yourself. Nice to see you, Nick said. Thank you, Nick. You as well. Please take care. Enjoy playing guitar. It's very therapeutic, I will say. Name of my new band. Oh, okay, yeah, Deep Pebble. It's like Deep Purple. Love it. All right. Well, everybody take care. Oh, I'm about to hit the exact hour mark. I wonder if I should wait one more minute. So it's exactly an hour. Right, Campbell? Should we wait exactly an hour? Brad said thanks. You're welcome. Thank you guys for joining me. I see people are starting to hop off. So you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. If you're watching this later, enjoy the rest of your day, night, morning, week, weekend, month, year. Who knows? You might be watching this in the year 2045. I have no idea. And I'm an old lady now. Actually, would I still be alive? 40 years, 20. Yeah, oh yeah, that's only 20 years away. be that old, but still. It's not weird to think. Yeah, somebody could be watching this in the distant future. That's just weird. I don't want to think about that too much. It's going to freak me out. Right, Capo? We don't want to think about that too much. Love you, bring. Oh, love you too, Alexandra. Love everybody. Please take care of yourselves and each other. And I will see you in the next one. All right. Bye, guys.